Hi there, Andy Adams here with Video Wednesday. I hope this finds you all well and that you're having a great day so far. So on Monday I made a post about grass-fed meat versus factory farm meat, and I want to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to actually state some facts that I did not put into the post, so stay tuned to my little video here. So there is absolutely no question that grass-fed meat is superior to factory farm meat. And the big reasons is two of them. It's the way the animal is kept and how the animal is fed. So grass-fed cows are kept on the pasture. They eat a variety of grasses and clover and little flowers, and they just have a really good variety, and they eat what they're supposed to eat. On the other hand, factory farmed cows, they live in a building with a very small allotted space that I'm even wondering if they can lay down, and I'm wondering if they want to, because feces are usually like that high, so maybe not desirable. But the factory farmed cows is fed grains and soy that are usually grown with pesticides, and they're genetically modified. So, something that you want to think about when we buy factory farmed meat. Factory farmed animals usually are on precautionary doses of antibiotics because, let's face it, the factory owner, that's his investment, and he doesn't want to lose any cows. And due to the overcrowding in factory farming, diseases can be rampant. So they're getting precautionary antibiotics, but these antibiotics go into the meat. And as a nurse, I can tell you, we're already dealing with a high number of patients that are resistant to so many antibiotics. And now getting antibiotics through your food and water and who knows what else. We're definitely being overexposed. And in addition, factory farmed cows are given hormones so they grow bigger and faster. And when we look at the meat, it is usually, in factory farmed animals, is usually high in omega-6 because of the grains and the soy that they are fed. So on the other hand, grass-fed cows, the omega-6-3 ratio is almost ideal. So it's much better because the grasses and clover, whatever the cow eats from the field, from the pasture, is actually very rich in omega-3. And also the grass-fed meat is high in vitamins A, E, and B, and minerals that are high in meat is, in grass-fed meat is zinc, iron, and selenium. And a lot of us are deficient in selenium, so there's a good way of getting it. And the other fatty acid that grass-fed cows and the meat show is it's called CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. And high levels of the CLA fatty acid, the potential health benefit is that it reduces the risk of heart disease and certain cancers. So definitely another positive for grass-fed meat. So, and in addition to, the dietary reasons, in addition, we also have to look at the ethical and the environmental issues. As I already mentioned, factory farming provides crowded and inhumane conditions for the animals, leading to concerns about the animal's welfare. And, that animal welfare is important because stress causes changes in the meat that I'll discuss in another video. But environmentally, we also want to be concerned because factory farming causes more deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and excessive water use. And that's a growing concern. So having mentioned all that, I want to also talk about the taste. Personally, I cannot speak for everyone, but I really love the taste of grass-fed meat, especially steak. I think it's the different grasses that the cow eats that give it this just great flavor of the meat. And so, taste is important. But there's one thing we cannot overlook, and that is the fact that factory farmed meat is more affordable than grass-fed meat. So although I'm seeing prices coming down a little bit, as we, the consumer, demand more grass-fed beef, we also see more options. Before it was just hamburger and steaks, and now we see roasts and other things. So, eventually we're going to have more affordable and more choices. And personally, I think it's really sad that our food industry has done so much damage to our food that we have to pay extra to get better food, like paying for organic, paying for grass-fed. It's just really sad that has been allowed. But that's again another video. So when it comes to price, I look for sales, and when I find good sales, I stock up. And I put in my freezer. But there are other options, like finding, maybe if you live in an area where you can make friends with a farmer, maybe when he kills a cow, he's willing to sell you 20, 30 pounds of meat. And the other option is farmers markets. A lot of the farmers markets now actually have meat for sale, and at good prices. And also bison is another good choice, and it's pretty affordable if you like that meat. All right, so I also want to give you a tip when, what I want to say is that we are not able to eat all grass-fed meat exclusively because it's really expensive, but I think we can incorporate grass-fed along with regular meats. And I want to give you a tip. So many of the toxins that the cow ingests settle in the fat. Not all of them, but many of them settle in the fat. So if you're buying factory farmed meat, make sure you buy the leaner cuts. And then on the other hand, if you are wanting to incorporate some grass-fed meat, you can buy the cheaper, fattier cuts, because there's very little toxins in that fat, if any. So when you buy factory farm, buy the leaner cuts, and when you buy grass-fed, get the fattier, cheaper cuts. So that is another way how you can incorporate some grass-fed meats and make it more affordable. So, I also wanted to talk about, I had somebody ask me this morning about cows are being called grass-fed, the meat, but what do you call pork and chicken? So you call them pastured. Pastured pork means that, the pig is living outside and doing his pig thing, while a chicken is also pastured. It's out there pecking, getting worms, getting seeds, doing what chickens do. So you wanna, if you can get it and you wanna incorporate that, you wanna look for pastured pork and pastured chicken. Also really, really important is eggs. Eggs are, I know they're more expensive than they used to be, but if you want to eat eggs that are better for your health, you want to get pastured eggs. Stay away from free range, and free range costs more than regular, but they're really just regular eggs. So if you're not buying pastured, buy the cheapest eggs you can find, because they're not different. They're not any different, unless they say, there's no soy in there and they're organic. But I still think that you want to get pastured eggs. That is your high performance egg, and it doesn't have to even be organic. Pastured eggs is what you're looking for. So be careful of the advertisement, and even the happy eggs and happy chickens on the carton. Just make sure it's pastured. Nothing else really matters. Also, again, farmers markets, you can get eggs at a better price, and they're usually pastured. So, seafood, you want to look for wild-caught seafood. So that's about it for today. I hope I was able to share something that was of benefit to you. So I Appreciate you being here and listening to me. And I'll see you next week. And you have a great day. Bye-bye.